In 1 Kings chapter 18, the story continues during the severe drought in Israel under King Ahab. After many days, the word of the Lord comes to Elijah, telling him to present himself to Ahab, and that rain will soon return to the land. Elijah sets out, and as he approaches, he meets Obadiah, the palace administrator, a faithful servant of the Lord who had secretly protected 100 prophets from Jezebel. Obadiah fears reporting Elijah's presence to Ahab, but Elijah assures him that he will appear before the king. When Ahab meets Elijah, he accuses him of troubling Israel. Elijah responds boldly, saying it is not he, but Ahab and his family who have brought trouble by abandoning the Lord's commands and following Baal. Elijah then calls for a gathering on Mount Carmel, summoning all Israel along with 450 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of Asherah who eat at Jezebel's table. The people assemble, and Elijah stands before them with a challenge. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, follow him. The people remain silent. Elijah proposes a test. 2 bulls are to be prepared for sacrifice, one for the prophets of Baal and one for himself. Each will call on their God, but no fire is to be set to the wood. The God who answers with fire will be recognized as a true God. The prophets of Baal go first. From morning until noon, they call on Baal, dancing around the altar they have made, but there is no response. Elijah begins to mock them, suggesting that perhaps Baal is deep in thought, busy, or even asleep. In desperation, they shout louder and cut themselves with swords and spears, but still there is no voice, no answer, and no response. Then Elijah calls the people closer. He repairs the altar of the Lord, which had been broken down, using 12 stones to represent the tribes of Israel. He digs a trench around the altar, arranges the wood, cuts the bull into pieces, and lays it on the altar. To make the moment even more striking, Elijah instructs that 4 jars of water be poured over the offering and the wood not once, but 3 times until everything is soaked and water fills the trench. At the time of the evening sacrifice, Elijah steps forward and prays. He calls on the Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, asking him to reveal himself so the people will know that he is God, and that their hearts may turn back to him. Immediately, fire from the Lord falls from heaven. It burns up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and even the water in the trench. When the people see this, they fall face down and cry out, "The Lord, he is God! The Lord, he is God!" Elijah then commands that the prophets of Baal be seized. They are taken down to the Kishon Valley, where they are executed, bringing an end to their influence. After this, Elijah tells Ahab to go and eat, for the sound of rain is coming. Elijah climbs to the top of Mount Carmel and prays. He sends his servant to look toward the sea. 6 times the servant returns with no sign, but the 7th time he reports a small cloud rising from the sea. Elijah sends a message to Ahab to prepare his chariots and leave before the rain stops him. Soon, the sky grows dark with clouds, the wind rises, and a heavy rain begins to fall, ending the long drought. Empowered by the Lord, Elijah runs ahead of Ahab's chariots all the way to Jezreel, showing the strength God gives him. This chapter marks a powerful turning point. God reveals himself unmistakably as the true God over Israel, defeating the prophets of Baal and calling the nation back to him. Next comes 1 Kings chapter 19, where Elijah, after this great victory, flees in fear and encounters God in a quiet and unexpected way.